Setting healthy boundaries. Hello everyone, and welcome to our third session on how to set healthy boundaries. I am Lillian, and I'm so excited to continue this journey with you. Today, I'm going to discuss the manipulator. A manipulator is someone who uses indirect, deceptive, and dishonest tactics to influence or control another person for their own benefit, and often at the expense of the well-being, boundaries, and autonomy of that other person. Having healthy boundary is a great defense against the manipulator. You cannot set a healthy boundary if you don't understand the manipulator. When you are capable of identifying the manipulator's tactic, you enable yourself to respond positively, outsmarting the manipulator and protecting yourself from harm. When manipulation occurs in a relationship, it is used to achieve a goal. The manipulator is playing on your emotions. So, traits of the manipulator: they control you by using guilt, confusion, or pressure to get what they want without seeming forceful. Play with your emotions. They may play the victim, exaggerating problems to pretend to care deeply to manipulate you. They test your limits to see how far they can go, often ignoring or disrespecting your boundaries. Dishonesty by telling you half-truths. They lie or omit information or twist facts to serve their agenda. Let me tell you some of the behaviors of the manipulator. If you really love me, you would. Have you ever heard that? Acting hurt to guilt trip you. Giving you the silent treatment. Blaming you for others for their own action. Creating a sense of urgency to pressure you to decide right now. Love bombing you, then withdrawing the affection to control you. What is love bombing? Love bombing is a manipulation tactic where someone overwhelms you with excessive affection, attention, praise, or gifts early in the relationship to quickly win your trust to create emotional dependency. They make you feel like you're amazing, constantly messaging or calling you all day long, giving you a lot of gifts and quick declaration of love. How to identify the manipulator? Do I feel confused or drained after interaction with this person? Do I often second guess myself around this person? Do I feel like I'm always giving more than I'm getting? If yes, this might be signs of manipulation. Your instincts might be telling you that this is the case. This is the importance of really connecting to your issues. It is a best defense against the manipulator. Patterns of the manipulator. The manipulation is normally sneaky. If someone asks you for money up front, it's not a manipulation. But if they try to make you feel guilty so that you give them money, that is a manipulation. It is important to become aware of the signs of the manipulation. Before you can be clear on the boundaries you have to set, you must understand the manipulation. The manipulator is a liar, lying in ways that they can get you to do what they want you to do. The manipulator becomes critical or judgmental of you. They find your weakness and then tell you about them to manipulate you with them. The manipulator pretends to be desperate. For example, in a gas station, the manipulator might say, "I'm out of gas and I need some money to go help my sick mother." They make you think that they are desperate so that you can act on their behalf. The manipulator is trying to get an immediate decision from you. A good example is when you're trying to buy a car and a salesperson tells you, "I must bring the manager." The manager comes in pushing you to make an immediate decision. This is a calculated manipulation. The manipulator uses past statements that you made to make you feel inconsistent. For example, they might say something like, "You told me before you will always help me. Why are you not helping me now?" The manipulator is trying to make you feel guilty and manipulate via that. The manipulator, after you say no, they continue to argue to convince you to say yes. The manipulator changes what you said. He or she might say, "This is not what you meant to say," as if they knew better what you meant to say. This is called gaslighting. So, what is gaslighting? It is the way in which a manipulator makes you feel doubtful of your own memories, perception, and sanity, usually to gain control and power over you. Gaslighting involves denying things that you know happened, twisting facts, minimizing your feelings, blaming you for their behavior, and making you feel confused and crazy. The manipulator acts immaturely. The manipulator keeps asking the same question over and over and over again. They're trying to tire you down. The manipulator overshares. The manipulator is trying to get you to open up. The manipulator shares enough information expecting you to later share what is in your mind so that he or she can have information to manipulate you with it. The manipulator says one thing and does another. It is important to watch the manipulator's behavior, not what they say, but what they do. The manipulator has no trouble crossing boundaries. This is where your personal boundaries become very important. The manipulator has not respect for boundaries. They will say one thing and do something else, never respecting your needs and your wants. The manipulator avoids answering direct questions because they want to avoid being caught in lies. So he or she turns the conversation against you. For example, they might say, "You are insecure." The manipulator will use emotions against you. For example, when you are upset about something they have done, they will turn it around to you. "You are too sensitive. You are negative. You have no responsibilities." It's all about you and nothing about them. The manipulator would shame you and say something like, "I'm disappointed on your behavior." This way, it's all about you, so they can manipulate you with it. Their objective is to make you feel inadequate, and it's all about you. This way, they feel in full control. The manipulator evades their behavior. They will rationalize it. They will defend their position with excuses and turn it around to make you believe it is all in your mind. They might say something like, "You make me behave this way. It's all your fault." The manipulator uses fear and guilt to manipulate you. Again, by connecting to your instincts, you will be clear on your fears and your guilts. Here are some things to do, not to allow yourself to be manipulated. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. The problem is that many times you set a clear boundary and then you forget it and then you don't stick to your boundary. So it is important to remember the boundary that you set with the manipulator as to be able to stick with that boundary. Do not engage in power struggles. Call out the manipulative tactics directly but calmly. Trust your instincts. Manipulators often make you feel that what you're feeling is wrong. Be clear on your personal boundaries, what you will tolerate and will not tolerate. How much time and energy or emotions are you willing to give? Setting healthy boundaries with a manipulator can be challenging because manipulators usually do not like boundaries. They thrive on control, guilt, and confusion. But the more consistent and calmly you protect your space, the harder it becomes for them to manipulate you. Here are some samples to empower you not to be manipulated. I feel overwhelmed and pressure when you try to make me to decide quickly. Your boundary will say something like this: I need time to think. I do not feel comfortable being spoken that way. Your boundary will be, I'm going to step away from now. This diffuses arguments when holding your ground. If you continue to raise your voice, I am going to end this conversation. This is a clear message that you are not only setting the proper boundary, but you are also showing respect for yourself. I do not feel that that works for me. That's simple. I understand that you feel that way, but my decision stands. I am not responsible for your feelings. I'm not comfortable with this, so I'm going to say no. Remember, saying no is a complete sentence, and you don't have to explain it at all. I care about you, but I would not allow this behavior. I need some space. Please give it to me. Decide your own personal boundary clearly before establishing it. Do not argue, defend, or explain yourself. Sometimes saying nothing is your best boundary. Keep your personal response short. You are not being cold. You are protecting your energy. Do not try to fix the manipulator by earning their approval. It might be necessary to create distance with the manipulator in the following ways. Limit your contact, low contact, and in some cases, no contact, especially if there is abuse involved. I am allowed to say anything without the need to explain myself. Someone else's discomfort is not my responsibility. I do not need permission to protect my peace. I am not here to be controlled, fixed, or manipulated. I can love someone and still choose distance. I trust myself, including my connection with my instincts, and I know what feels safe and healthy. Let me remind you that setting boundaries is not about controlling the other person. It is about taking responsibility for your own peace, time, and mental health. Affirmations are positive statements or phrases that you repeat to yourself to promote a positive mindset, boost your confidence, and create a sense of self-belief. They can help you shift your focus towards what you want to attract or achieve, rather than just the fears and your lacks. You can use affirmations to reinforce healthy boundaries, self-love, and even manifest your goals. Here are some affirmations to empower you to set healthy boundaries. I am worthy of respect and kindness. I am strong and capable of setting healthy boundaries. I attract positive people in my life. I am enough just the way I am. I deserve love, respect, kindness from others and from myself. I accept myself completely, even while I'm growing and evolving. My imperfections make me unique and beautiful. I release the need to compare myself to others. I take care of myself with compassion. I am proud of how far I have come. I choose to speak to myself with love, patience, and kindness. I trust myself to make the best decisions for me. I am learning to love myself more every day. I give myself permission to be my authentic self. I embrace all parts of who I am. I am whole and unique. I am worthy of good things in life. I believe in myself and my abilities. I am confident in my voice and my value. I treat myself with kindness, especially if I'm struggling. I give myself grace when I make mistakes. If I make a mistake, that doesn't mean I am the mistake. I do not have to carry what is not mine. I protect my peace. I have the right to say no without guilt. I release relationships that do not support my growth, happiness, and well-being. I encourage you to come back to this video as many times that you need to and revisit these affirmations until they become part of your being. Here are some assignments. Continue to reconnect with your instincts and see how they are affected. How many boundaries have you been able to set in a healthy manner? How many were difficult? And how were you in the process? Continue to recognize your fears and your guilt that stopped you from setting healthy boundaries. Add new discovery to your list of your personal boundaries. Identify the manipulator or manipulators in your life. More importantly, what are the boundaries that you need to set with these people? Congratulations for continuing your personal growth. You have already taken a powerful step. I'm proud of you. Be sure to subscribe and share this video with someone that you think might need it. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, be kind to yourself and others.